Okay. Incident 1. On August 16, 2011, 3 guests and 5 employees were injured after lightning struck inside Discovery Cove. All 8 people were transferred to a local hospital as a precaution. They were all released from the hospital by the next day. Incident 2. On May 28, 2024, a 13-year-old girl was found unresponsive in one of the resort's pools. Shortly before 11:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the girl was rushed to a local hospital where she died 2 days later. Incident 3. On July 8, 2024, a 51-year-old man was found unresponsive in one of the resort's pools shortly before 10 a.m. EDT. The man was transferred to Dr. P. Phillips Hospital, where he was pronounced dead later that evening. Incident 4. On August 31st, 2024, a man in his 60s was found unresponsive in one of their pools. Officials were called out to the scene around 11:10 a.m. EDT. Deputies said that the man died after being transferred to a local hospital. Next is SeaWorld, Ohio. Incident 5. On August 17, 1996, an 18-foot-long motorboat wrecked into the ski stadium audience of 4,000 people and injured 22 of them. Those injured aged from 2 to 78 and 4 were in critical condition. The boat was a part of the Baywatch ski show and crashed after a mechanical failure. Next is SeaWorld San Antonio. Incident 6. On June 24, 2018, a 5-year-old girl from Aubrey, Texas, was killed after being run over by a white pickup truck in the SeaWorld parking lot in San Antonio. The girl and her family were leaving the park at the time around 8 p.m. She was in a hurry to get to their car and was separated from her parents. A driver ran her over, fatally injuring the girl at the scene. Next is SeaWorld San Diego. Incident 7. Bayside Skyride on February 18, 2019, 16 guests were stranded on 5 gondolas when a strong gust of wind suddenly stopped the ride after activating its circuit breaker. It took more than 4 hours for all the guests to be evacuated from all the gondolas. Next is SeaWorld Orlando. Incident 8. On July 6, 1999, a 27-year-old man was found dead, nude in the pool, draped over the back of the orca named Qlickz. Incident 9. On February 24, 2010, 40-year-old trainer Don Brancheau, who had 15 years of experience at the park, died in another incident involving Qlickz. SeaWorld's head of animal training said that during a rub-down after the show, Qlickz pulled Brancheau into the water by her ponytail and she drowned. Eyewitness trainers and audience members, however, stated that Qlickz dragged her into the water by her left forearm near the end of the show. Note: I believe the trainers. The head of animal training is trying to blame the poor woman. Incident 10. On August 23, 2010, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration fined the park $75,000 for 3 infractions, 2 of which were directly related to the incident above. At the time of the fine, SeaWorld called OSHA's findings unfounded. Later hearings revealed that SeaWorld had concealed an earlier incident when another, Aquatica, I probably said it wrong, had bitten a trainer in 2006. During a hearing where SeaWorld continued its challenge of OSHA's findings, former SeaWorld trainer Jeff Andrews, being present as an expert, stated his opinion that the victim died as a result of a mistake she had made while near the water. Next is Sesame Place, Pennsylvania. Incident 11. On July 5th, 2018, the park closed early due to a water main break that happened in Middletown Township, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, leaving many businesses temporarily closed. The park reopened 2 days later on July 7th. Incident 12. On August 9th, 2020, a 17-year-old park employee was punched in the face by a man and a woman sometime after informing them to wear a face mask per the park's policies that were enacted in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The employee sustained jaw and tooth injuries that required surgery and hospitalization for a week. Incident 13. In July 2022, Sesame Place faced criticism after an African American family claimed in an Instagram post that the character Rosita snubbed their 2 young children by ignoring them as they waved to her. The video went viral as other users posted similar incidents of costume characters and black children, with those on social media calling for a boycott of the park. The park released a statement that the costume had made it difficult for the performer to see the girls. They later followed with another statement that the performer had not intentionally snubbed the girls, but instead rejected a request from someone in the crowd who asked Rosita to hold their child for a photo, which is not permitted. On July 19th, Sesame Place, Pennsylvania formally apologized to the family and invited the family back for a personal meet and greet with the characters. They also announced that their employees will undergo racial bias training to ensure park guests have an inclusive, equitable, and entertaining experience. Next is Water Country, USA. Incident 14, Surfers Bay. On August 6, 1996, a 39-year-old man was shot in the back by a stray bullet while in the wave pool. He was taken to the park's first aid station, then went to a local hospital for treatment and recovered from his injury. Now we move on to Six Flags amusement parks. We are starting with California's Great Adventure. Incident 15, Breakers Bay. On July 12, 2007, a 4-year-old boy drowned in a 2-foot deep area of the wave pool, then called Great Barrier Reef. Lifeguards and emergency medical technicians tried to resuscitate him, but he was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Incident 16. On August 12, 1976, a roller coaster train on Turn of the Century, later renamed Demon, stopped automatically on the track using its braking system after a wheel assembly guide broke loose and fell to the ground. The event occurred seconds after exiting the ride's double corkscrew element, and the coaster, which was in its inaugural year, had experienced the problem twice in 9 days. None of its 24 passengers on board at the time were injured. Incident 17. On August 22, 1999, a 12-year-old boy fell from the drop tower and died. His family claimed the shoulder harnesses were not locked properly. An investigation was inconclusive and no charges were filed. Incident 18. On September 7, 1998, a 25-year-old Spanish-speaking man was struck by the dangling leg of a 28-year-old woman riding flight deck. There were allegedly issues with his ability to understand the park's English warning signs, and he entered the ride's restricted area to retrieve his hat. He was pronounced dead an hour later at Valley Medical Center. The woman riding suffered a broken leg. Incident 19. On June 12, 2015, a maintenance worker was critically injured after being struck in the head by a moving train on flight deck. A passenger sustained serious hand and leg injuries in the incident. I'm also going to read Incident 20 for this one. Incident 20. On October 28, 2017, police reported that there were multiple witnesses where 20 teenage boys were assaulting and robbing park visitors. One person was arrested while others suffered minor injuries and some were taken to the hospital. Incident 21. On October 26, 2019, a group of teenagers sparked some firecrackers in the front gate, causing guests to scramble, thinking it was a shooting. It was later determined to be due to a robbery. Concession stands within the park were also robbed by fleeing guests. Incident 22. On July 4th, 2019, police were called near the entrance of the park where a woman was shot during the evening of the fireworks show. The victim was struck on the arm by a handgun. She did not suffer any serious injuries and was also treated at the scene. Incident 23. On August 10th, 2009, 24 passengers on Invertigo were stuck on the ride 80 feet up its lift hill after it malfunctioned. It took firefighters more than 4 hours to safely evacuate passengers down the staircase. No injuries were reported. Incident 24. Loggers 1. On July 4, 1989, two boys intentionally jumped out of the ride. One 9-year-old died and the other fell safely onto an emergency platform.